I will survive as long as you're with me. I will survive. I can weather the storm, live through the pain.
I was diagnosed in May of 2015. I found a lump in my left breast and was a little bit concerned, so I went to my primary care physician to get checked. So she sent me over to Charlotte Radiology to kind of get checked, and I got a biopsy. And it came back a few days later that I had breast cancer. So my treatment consisted of chemotherapy. So I had chemo from June until October. After that, I had a double bilateral mastectomy. After that, I had some other surgeries as well. And then I had 30 treatments of radiation. Oh my God, very important. I actually had my mother, my sister, I had my church friends, I had my girlfriends that were praying not only with me, but praying for me. They were speaking life and speaking positivity into me. So it's great to really have a good support system, people that are around you that are speaking into you. So it's awesome to have a good support system. Well, I actually just found out a couple months ago that there is. Before, I had no clue where this came from, and found out that my grandmother, my maternal grandmothers, I had two sisters that had breast cancer. So, in just finding this out, it was a little bit unnerving in the beginning because I'm like, okay, I never knew of anyone that had breast cancer. So, and recently just found out, it kind of like eased my mind and brought a little bit more peace to me to know that this came from somewhere. I would say if you don't have a relationship with God, to establish one. That is one thing that carried me through. God spoke into me, and He spoke, recently, I guess we're going with saying my grandmother had pancreatic cancer. She passed away, but God told me I would not die. I would survive this. Also, making sure that you do have a good support system. And to each his own. I mean, I know some people are very private. I'm private myself, but I know I could not go at this alone. I knew I needed a good support system, a good family to be around me, to pray with me, to pray for me, to speak life into me. I didn't want anyone that had any negativity come around me. I didn't want anyone speaking death over me. Anyone that was like that, I definitely kept them at bay. So it's always good to kind of have a good support around you, and definitely having a good relationship and a good prayer life with God. I went through this at 43 and never been sick, never had any issues. I was working out like 6 days a week, twice a day, always been into health. And when that happened, I didn't have any control over it. And I think that it definitely increased my faith in God, because when you feel like you're kind of invincible, you've never been sick, never had any issues or anything like that, and you go through that, it's like, okay, I had no choice. I had no control over my body. I lost my hair. I used to be one that used to go get my hair done like, every week or whatever. So when that happened, you really, 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 really have to truly, put your faith in God. I would purposely put little note cards or whatever on my mirror, which I still have them, because I wanted to see myself every day and know, even without the hair, even without the makeup or whatever, that I still was fearfully and wonderfully made. Well, right now it's nursing school. So I decided in the wake of COVID, God kind of kept me still and kept me quiet. And I began to kind of focus on a passion that I had years ago, and decided to kind of go back into nursing school and see exactly, where that would take me. So right now, that's what's next for me. So I'm looking forward to seeing what comes about with that. I'm looking to either be a nurse navigator or a nurse educator, and my area of focus is oncology.
I can